I actually visited one of my favorite places, 100 Famous Views of Edo, drawn by Hiroshige Ando, and what the scene is like now. 043 Nihonbashi Edo Bashi is a picture of the south side of Edo Bridge seen from the north end of Nihonbashi over the railing of the bridge. First, take a look at the modern Apple map. The Nihonbashi River runs from the upper left to the lower right. The north side of Nihonbashi is Nihonbashi Muromachi 1chome, that is, the Mitsukoshi side. The south side is Nihonbashi 1chome and Coredo Nihonbashi side. I tried to forcefully overlay the cutout drawings of Nihonbashi and Tsukiji from the time of Tenpo. The road position hasn't changed much around here. The moat is filled to some extent. The place where the town name is drawn in the gray part is the place where the townhouses of the common people of Edo are lined up. I tried to overlay different map. You can see that the south end of Edo Bridge is a slightly large fire protection area, and the warehouses are lined up. Just in case, I enlarged and overlaid the map connected to the one that was revised in the year when this picture was announced. You can see that the current Edo Bridge was built over the moat on the east side. You can also see that the Metropolitan Expressway runs along the moat. Finally, I returned to the modern map. Let's take a closer look at Hiroshige's paintings. About 3 birds are flying in the sky, and an ornamental railing top and a balustrade are drawn on the left side, and the bridge itself occupies more than half of the picture. The bridge with this ornamental railing top is a high-class bridge, and it seems that there were only Edobashi and Nihonbashi in the town other than samurai residences. In the distant view, the red gradation before dawn, and if you look closely, you can see the rising sun, which is just beginning to show its face. Below that, the bridge in front of the white warehouses is Edo Bridge. This warehouse is the warehouse of Kabunacho 4chome as seen on the map, surrounded by a moat from 1chome to 4chome, and there was a shipping wholesaler to Oshu. On the right side, the blackish picture is the main lumber town, and if you look closely, you can see a forest of lumber-like objects. Hiroshige is also drawn in great detail around here. As you can see on the map, the right side of Edo Bridge, that is, the south side, was a fire protection area. This is the so-called Hiroshige, which was created by relocating Ukiyo-e town, which was here after the Great Fire of Meraki in 1657. It was a famous red light district with a line of the store where a bow is struck, tea house, storyteller, and barber. Many warehouses and boats are drawn on the riverside. One is the Ukiyo-e riverbank, which handles salt-dried foods. The other, which is cut off in the picture, is the Kizurazu riverbank, which carries travelers and supplies to and from Kizurazu and Chiba. This area was like a shopping center now. At the bottom of the picture, the bonito in wooden tub is symbolically drawn. This depicts only a part of a merchant called the Bodafuri, who sells fish on a balance pole and sells them around the city. On the north side of Nihonbashi, there is the kitchen of Edo and the banks of the fish river, and the fish that have been carried through the night are carried to the town of Edo by the Bodafuri who gathered before dawn. It was said that the Edokos at that time were smart about not paying attention to the amount of money for the first item. In particular, the bonito caught in Sagami Bay was considered to be the best at this time, and Hiroshige seems to have produced such a drama with this bonito. Hiroshige also draws Nihonbashi on the first piece of this Edo 100 series. Unlike this, Nihonbashi Edo Bashi, the viewpoint is looking at Mount Fuji over Nihonbashi. Take a closer look at the winter morning landscape and the early summer morning landscape. There is one that Hiroshige II drew with almost the same composition as the first generation. Perhaps it depicts the New Year's Dizumshiki, A headband is flying in the air. The balustrade of the same Nihonbashi and the Ukiyo-e riverbank are drawn in more detail. It is drawn so that the fire extinguisher with a hook can be seen through. The first Hiroshige is a series of 3 pieces, and also draws a panoramic picture of Nihonbashi. The left side is the Kizurazu riverbank, which is the current Nihonbashi police box. To the left is Nishikawa, a futon. The right end is Mitsukoshi, but it is cut off. People are drawn small for the cityscape, creating a feeling of being extremely busy. Hiroshige's senior, Kuniyasu Yodogawa, also comically depicts the bustle of the fish bank of Nihonbashi in 3 consecutive pieces. At the fish market, you can see that various fish and shellfish are traded in addition to bonito. There are so many people on Nihonbashi that they are about to fall, and the exaggeration is interesting. Hiroshige also depicts the moist Nihonbashi in the snowy landscape. It expresses the air that is welcoming the morning when both Edo Castle and Mount Fuji have come down on a snowy morning. On the left side of the picture, the Kizurazu riverbank where people in red kimono come and go is just the place where the shop has just opened. Hiroshige also depicts Nihonbashi, which has few people due to white rain. You can see the people on the bridge going back and forth in the sudden rain. The railings of the bridge, the cityscape, and Edo Castle, which have changed color due to the rain, are drawn to smell. That Katsushika Hakusai also depicts Nihonbashi in 36 views of Mount Fuji. Ichikoku Bridge, Edo Castle, and Mount Fuji are drawn in the back, and the perspective is exaggerated. Nihonbashi in the foreground is drawn only by people, and the taste is completely different from Hiroshige. I actually went to this place. However, I can't see anything because the Metropolitan Expressway covers it. I tried to take a part of the balustrade into view by the left side, but it's the same. Apple Street View, which is a little behind, looks like this, but I can't see anything on the other side. Still, I tried to fit this photo into Hiroshige's painting. The reason why this happened goes back to the last Tokyo Olympics. This is because the Metropolitan Expressway was built around a moat that remained at that time because it was cheap and could be done immediately in time for the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. Currently, it seems that construction to underground the Metropolitan Expressway has begun, but it is scheduled to open in 2035 and to be completely removed in 2040. Until then, the scenery that doesn't look like that time and the sky can't be seen will continue. Hiroshige and the many painters who painted Nihonbashi would never dream of this happening now.